be real. If you're in this, you've experienced that version of training at some point or at one point or another
Uh,
where you're going hard like to failure and force reps and negatives and all that stuff. And I'm sure, and you can answer this, Steve. Have you experienced that as well at some point throughout your training career?
yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's hard to say in some ways because at least at the time I thought I was training to failure.
Mm,
But the more I think about it, I do think there's a level of like skill acquisition to properly, like it's hard to say properly training to failure, but I think I failed, but not because my muscles necessarily were absolutely failing, but it
hmm
was like, I don't know, technique just broke down, or because I wasn't performing it properly, or I didn't have my breathing right, or whatever. I just didn't have the skill capacity to properly challenge my muscles to complete and utter failure. But definitely, like that's how I would train. That's what I did every single session was, can I do more weight than last time? And it'll be a case of the only way I know is if I go all the way to the point of which I can't do anymore. And then I've had injuries. I would regress. And yeah, the cycle, that's essentially where I was. And I was spinning my wheels and not seeing progress because I was just like, that had worked. And then it's like, well, you don't adapt that quickly anymore. You have to be a bit more clever with things. And I had no idea about deloads. Even when I did 531, and that was when Matt Ogus was quite big and he was doing 531. And I copied Matt
Yes.
Ogus because who wouldn't? He was in incredible shape. And
Right.
in hindsight, obviously, like you realize that maybe that copying the person who's in like the shape
Yeah.
you want to be in isn't the best route. But even 531, it would have like that would have sub maximal work built into it. I wouldn't do it. I just trained. I was like, this is way too easy. I'm going like I've got way more in the tank. Why would
Mm.
I hold back? I just didn't understand why you would ever do that. Whereas now I think there's way more education about that. So yeah, certainly have been through those kind of periods of time where it's like you said, like do or die, go hard or go home. I actually had a t-shirt that had go hard or go home on the back.
Right.